Hello and welcome to the in-depth series of Drishya IAS. My name is Pooja Devedi. Today we shall talk about the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Yesterday it was the death anniversary of Sardar Patel, and that is why we are discussing his contributions, specifically in uniting India as it is today. So, without any further ado, let us move ahead from the perspective of GS Mains Paper 1 and 2nd. We are going to discuss all these things. First of all, we will talk about who was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was born on 31st October 1875 in Nadiad, Gujarat. He breathed his last on 15th December 1950. He was the first Home Minister of India, independent India, and also the first Deputy Prime Minister of India. He also took in charge of the Information and Broadcasting Ministry after India became independent. He headed various committees of the Constituent Assembly, specifically Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights, Committee on Minorities and Tribal and Excluded Areas, plus Provincial Constitution Committee. His reforms ranged from working extensively against alcohol consumption in Gujarat and beyond, untouchability as well, eliminating caste discrimination and emancipating women, again in Gujarat and beyond. He was a successful lawyer by profession when he came into contact with Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahatma Gandhi made him his deputy in the Kheda Satyagraha. He finally got the reason to be a part of the national struggle. He integrated the farmers' cause there and also in Bardoli Satyagraha with the national freedom movement. In Bardoli only, the women gave him the title Sardar. Okay. He is remembered as the patron saint of India's civil servant, as he also ensured that the steel frame of India in the form of administrative service remains intact and not thrown away. Pre-independence, in 1924, he was elected as the president of the Ahmedabad Municipal Board. Very interestingly, he himself was the one who started brooming the areas. Even in Harijan quarters, back then it was a big deal that a person who is the president of the municipal board, Ahmedabad Municipal Board, is so down to earth. He revamped the drainage, sanitation and cleanliness and water distribution systems in Ahmedabad, and in 1931 he was elected the president of India in the INC in the Karachi session. That year only it was the hanging of Rajguru Bhagat Singh. So his speech, of course, was having a somber note which touched millions of people in India and across the globe as well. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, he was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution, right? But he was made a part of it on the insistence of Sardar Patel. Moving ahead, now if we have to talk about unification of India, then there were 17 British Indian provinces at the time of independence, but the princely states, they numbered more than 560. Many princely states wanted to get integrated with Pakistan, many with India, but some wanted to remain independent. So this task, who could achieve this task? Then Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel shouldered this heavy responsibility, and that is why he is known as a man of iron will. So on 25th June 1947, the States Department was founded with Sardar Patel as its head, and V.P. Menon was appointed as his secretary. This group of two persons, it was a formidable duo which achieved insurmountable challenges back then, because it is a huge task. They worked relentlessly to, put every apple in the basket of India. So Jodhpur, in June 1947, Jodhpur first was, having negotiations with Pakistan because it was geographically closer to Pakistan. But in June 1947, of course, with the help of diplomatic tactics of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, it was integrated into India following several meetings and negotiations. Travancore wanted to remain independent, but the Raja of Travancore was also persuaded to enter with India, in 1947 only. In February 1948, the Nawab of Junagadh decided to accede to Pakistan, but there were lots of communal tensions that were going on in Junagadh. So a landmark plebiscite was conducted, and with overwhelming majority voting in favor of India, Junagadh was integrated into the Union of India. Then in October 1947, of course, there was a problem with Kashmir. Maharaja Hari Singh, he wanted to make Kashmir remain independent. He wanted Kashmir to remain independent, but there were constant attacks that were being done by Pakistan trying to seize Kashmir. So Raja Hari Singh sought urgent assistance from India. India did help Kashmir, but of course, instrument of accession had to sign between Kashmir and India. So Article 370, because of that, was introduced in the Constitution in Part 21. That was temporary, transitional and special provision. That was all worked out, between the months of October and November. So India got hold of Kashmir as well. Otherwise, Kashmir could have got its own referendum. In September 1948, Nizam Mir Usman Ali Khan Bahadur of Hyderabad, he had signed a standstill agreement with the government of India, saying that let the status quo prevail. But again, a lot of tension started prevailing in Hyderabad. So by the help of Operation Polo, the Nizam, of course, Indian Indian army got hold of the Hyderabad region. The Nizam announced a ceasefire and Hyderabad was absorbed into the Indian Union. These all are the important contributions of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel only. Okay, let's talk about creation of All India Services, how he gave a vision to the future bureaucrats. He called the All India Services as the steel frame of India, which could help to administer and safeguard the country's unity as well as integrity. That is why he said that officers of the service are partners in administration. And of course, he expected them to maintain the highest standards of integrity and honesty, saying that the government will take care of well-being of these partners in the Indian administration. But if you're thinking that on that condition only you will serve the nation, then you are not fit for that post. Now let's move on and talk about the legacy. He, for these many reasons, is known as the epitome of national unity. He had nerves of iron. And on 31st October, it is National Unity Day, which is being celebrated ever since 2014. In 2018, that was on the birthday, 31st October 2018, the Prime Minister of India inaugurated the world's tallest statue, the Statue of Unity to the nation. It is a 182-meter statue against the backdrop of the dramatic Satpura and Vindhyachal Hills in Kevadia, Gujarat. This is the legacy. We will talk about a question that is going to be attached in the comment segment. You have to answer it and I will take your names. Let me take the names of those who have answered my last question correctly. So the last question was of course with respect to Peru, right? Option D was the correct answer. So let me take the names of the correct answer giving students. Many of you has answered it correctly. Starting from Rohit, Nobodip, Tushita, Anamika, Shivnarayan, Krishna, Sushma, My Own World, Shantanu, Raghav, IT38, Srinivas, others including Puneet, Mehak, Shilpa, Sagar, Chiranjeet, Pavan, Pramit, Priyanka, Anamika, Antarashtriya Hindu Parishad, Simran, Sumit, Ranjita, Rupal, Karishma, Unstoppable, Aman, Pal, Soumya, Anuj, Manish, VKS, Guddu, and Manisha Dhaka. Thank you so much for answering. Answer my next question as well. That's all and stay updated.